Yesterday we did a trial run through Act 1 quiz that, well, you personally would know how it went for you as far as what you don't know and what you need to know. That was very useful yesterday. If I give you notes on the page, like right now, soliloquy, I believe this is our first one.
I know what that means.
It's right here. A soliloquy is a speech given by an actor alone on stage. And it's very useful because many times in these upper level plays we're reading, the actors, the characters, not actors, the characters are doing some pretty evil deeds. Thank you. And they're going to start lying. And you'll get to the point where you don't know who to believe. So every once in a while you're given two things, particularly in Shakespeare. You're given the aside. Remember when he was all whispering, right? That's bad, but we can trust everything he says in an aside. Now we have our first soliloquy from Macbeth. So he's alone on stage and he's given a speech. True thoughts. He is not going to lie to us in a soliloquy. Because it's going to start getting weird. It's going to start getting really weird very soon, as a matter of fact. So here we go. We're in Inverness, which is where the Macbeth castle is. You're in a lobby in the castle. We see some hot boys and torches. And they enter and pass over a sewer and divers servants with dishes. No, not what you think. That's uppercase, but thank you. With service, then enter Macbeth. So what you're seeing in the background, you're seeing the servers, you're seeing the waiters, going back and forth. And no one's listening to him. Boom, he delivers his first speech. All right, McBee, let's do this.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be all in the end all here. But here upon this bank in soul time we jumped the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught we turn to play the inventor. This even-handed justice commands the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips.
Okay, let me stop you there and explain what's going on. You see the word assassination, right?
Yeah.
And you guys see where I've underlined assassination and done quickly. If it's got to be done, if I need to assassinate, and when you're going to murder a higher level person, you don't just call it murder. You still can. It is. Assassination works very well. If I'm going to assassinate the king, if that's what I'm going to do because that's what my woman wants, it's got to be done quickly. I can't think about it. Because if I start thinking about it, I am really not sure what I am going to do. Okay. I'm really wondering why there's so much finger play on iPads right now. Kylie, I'm wondering, Gabrielle, I'm wondering, and Christian, I'm wondering why there's so much finger play on iPads right now. Okay. Now, then you have you saying this. This is very interesting. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions. He's a general. He teaches his soldiers how to kill. Well, in order to become a general, someone like maybe King Duncan had to teach Macbeth how to kill. Isn't it ironic that sometimes we kill the person that taught us to kill to begin with? Real life, true story, 1980s, early 90s, Afghanistan. Our person that we helped We gave him arms. We taught him how to use them. Bin Laden. Bin Laden was trained by American CIA. Gave him weapons. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Follow that quote. We helped Bin Laden because Bin Laden was going to go after Russians, and we enjoyed it. So we taught him how. That's what Macbeth is talking about right now. Our American CIA taught Bin Laden, gave him the weapons, told him to go after the Russians, and told him how to do it. And then the person we taught to kill turned around and used it on us.
Oh, wow.
Like books right there.
Yeah. I mean, this is something here that was written 500 years ago, but it really changed the way many Americans kind of think right now. Because the last time, we thought, oh, well, we've only ever been attacked on American soil, Pearl Harbor. Like, no, not now. Not now. Yeah, September 11th. Even if you weren't born then, you still know September 11th. Yeah? So that's what Macbeth is talking about. Duncan taught me how to kill, and now I'm going to kill him. This is really a hard decision to make. Plus, I like him. Okay, now, the rest of her speech here, Macbeth is really going to be giving exact reasons why I should, why I shouldn't. So I think you're starting with he's here.
To our own lips, he's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong goes against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels' trumpet, tongued against the deep detonation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast or heaven's cherubim forced upon the slightest couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other.
I swear I was waiting for a period, but there's only 3 periods right there.
Yeah.
World's longest sentences, maybe. Okay, so here's what we got. You say that Duncan, he's here in double trust. First, why would I kill him? He's family. He's my cousin. I am his kinsman. Oh, and I'm his subject. I'm a citizen. He's my king. Why would I kill my king? I'm a loyal citizen. Why would I kill my cousin? That's the double trust there. And it's strong both against the deed. Like, me being his family member, that's why I shouldn't kill him. I am a loyal Scotsman. That's why I shouldn't kill him. Also, I shouldn't kill him because I'm his host. He's at my house. I am supposed to protect him against murderers, not be the murderer. I'm not going to go around going tea, cake, or death. Death? Awesome. Great. That's not how I'm going to host a party. If you get on my nerves, I'm going to kill you.
That's creepy.
It's really not polite. It's not what you do when you have a party. Yes, ma'am. Yes, but always remember the next time you have a sleepover, please be nice.
Don't murder people.
Exactly.
It's like when you're playing with
This
your
is
friend
not the
on
purge.
Among Us and you become the imposter.
Too late. I've already
This
killed
is not
you.
the purge.
So
I
wait,
mean, not to
Macbeth is
brag,
having
but-
second thoughts?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
This
Now.
is not the purge.
Yes, sir.
No, I was
Okay. Now, I shouldn't kill him because I'm his cousin, because I'm a good Scotsman. I shouldn't kill him because He's my guest. I'm his host. Besides, oh, here's another reason I shouldn't kill him, and this is where I was waiting on a period, but boy, you had a lot to say. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues, all of his goodness, will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. Okay, so I'm going to kill the world's best person.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll go over well.
Good
Let's
luck
see
with
how
that.
that'll affect your reputation.
He's meek. He's not in people's face. He's not mean. He's been so clear in his great office. He's been a great king. He's got so many good qualities about him, his virtues, that, yeah, I think I'll just continue in with my pact with the devil and those 3 witches and really make some angels mad. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
I have
now-
amazing ideas, don't I?
this thing then says, and pity like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air. All right, let me stop right there. I know I've got some aunts that like to I'm not this girl, but they collect figurines, and they really get on my nerves, like little angels and stuff like that, or old-fashioned women figurines in long dresses, pretend, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
why?
Have you seen these angel figurines I'm talking about? And they're always like little fat baby looking angels.
Yeah.
That is so messed up.
I know. It's not my aunt's. It's my grandma. My
Here's the
grandma has
deal.
them in her living
Well, I mean, mine are all old too, so maybe
Well, I
6 of
collect
one,
stuff
half dozen
too,
of the other.
so.
That is so messed up how so many generations think of what an angel looks like. They'll say, oh, aren't those sweet cherubims? Okay, cherubim and seraphim, if you actually get into and educate yourself about the layers of hell, because there's a few of them, and then if you actually educate yourself about the world, the pantheon of the angels, those little cherubim, those little fat baby things, no. These are archangels. They are here to smite us, which means they have really cool ways of killing you.
Oh.
Now, for those who, particularly if you're Catholic or everything, you have to really study about the angels and stuff like that for your catechism and stuff, things. One of the things you find out is if you believe and have faith, let's say you pray to one of the archangels. Anybody know an archangel's name? How about the lead archangel? Michael. So if you pray to him, if you say St. Michael's prayer, supposedly, and if you really need him, 4 archangels are supposed to fly down from heaven and stand in the corners and protect you from the evil. Okay? No, that's for people who have faith in that, and many people do. So these are supposed to be quite large, scary-looking winged creatures.
Scary.
They're not the little fat babies that my crazy aunts have. Yes, ma'am.
Should I tell Tasia what you just were talking about? She was out of the room. And
I have no clue.
What are they called again?
those little,
Cherubim, archangels, St. Michael.
those tiny baby angels that her aunts and people's grandmas collect all the time.
And, all right, listen, this is going to quickly end up being for Scotland Catholic culture for a while. Okay, when you're talking about 1,000 years ago. Some of them are still going to be pagan, yeah, and some they're going to start becoming Catholic. So one of the things that Shakespeare's writing about here with why shouldn't I kill Duncan? I shouldn't kill Duncan because he's my cousin. I shouldn't kill Duncan because he's awesome. I shouldn't kill Duncan because I'm a loyal Scotsman and he's awesome. I shouldn't kill Duncan because I'm his host and he's my guest and that's so rude. Oh, by the way, he's such a great person that if I kill Duncan, it says, striding in the blast or heaven's cherubim, forced upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I'm going to really make heaven mad. And God might send his archangels. Those are the warrior angels. Those are the ones that really kind of, if we mess up, they have no problem killing us. They will smite us, to use a biblical. That's such a good verb.
Smite.
They will make it like we never existed.
Oh, wow.
But see, the problem is, For the past 100 years, many people have collected little sweet little fat baby angel figurines, and then they've made everyone think that angels are supposed to look like sweet little fat babies. The chubby angel. No, angels are scary.
Well,
When you really read about angels, they're scary, and they will smite you. They are holy smiters.
Oh wow.
Scary.
That's just
So, another reason that I should not kill Duncan is because I might make God mad, and he's going to send his warrior angels, the archangels, after me. Great, because I'm in a pact with the devil.
What is a nice angel?
Does that make sense?
Saint Michael.
Angels aren't sweet and cute.
Saint Christopher.
They aren't. Yes, sir.
Is it weird if I collect World War II planes? Like, is that?
No, but it's a little weird that you mentioned it during Macbeth. All right, Macbeth. One more line, please, before your woman comes in.
How now? What news?
Classy.
He has almost stooped. Why have you left the chamber? Have he asked honey? No, you not has? Going no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside.
Lady Macbeth, do not talk. You have just told her that we're not going to kill him.
Why?
Now, it's 1,000 years ago. You're the man. That should be law. We're not going to kill him. And then she should be like, okay. But no. Why? Because she's Lady Macbeth. You were just told no, sister. Let's see how you react.
Was the hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself, hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale? At what did it so freely? From this time, such I count thy love, art thou freed, to be the same in thine own act and valor, as thou act and desire. Wouldst thou have to which thou esteem an ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like a poor cat maid in a dage.
This is the Bible.
In a dage.
No joke.
That is the Bible.
She should just say, yes, sir. It's 1,000 years ago. You're the husband. She just called you a scaredy cat. Are you a coward? Are you afraid? Oh, tear.
Are you annoying?
I mean, you don't say no to her. So, going through all of this, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, but were all of your hopes and dreams last night when you said we're going to go through with this and I get to be queen, were your dreams and hopes drunk? And to tell someone about looking green and pale, that would be after drinking. And she's like, oh, are you scared? But she says it in Shakespearean language, art thou afeard? Poor baby. So and then she tells you that you're going to live like a coward. Like, no, I'm sorry. This is happening. You told me last night, don't you get my hopes up and take them away, boy. This is going down tonight. So definitely the boss in the family, even though this guy can battle Norwegians like nobody's business, is Lady Macbeth. All right, McBee, your woman just called you a coward and a scaredy pants. Let's see what you got to say.
Cry you peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none. What beast wast then that made you break this enterprise to me? Then you durst do it. When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you are would be so much more the man. Nor time, nor place, where did adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fittest now. does I make you?
Okay, let me stop you there because there's a period, and if Keller recalls, I told her, don't worry, girl, because it gets much weirder than what you got to say. And it's about to get really weird. So if you keep reading on, and you may want me to read it. Addison, if you keep reading on, you may want me to read it. But you keep going, oh, I'm sorry, no, you were a man last night when you told me we were going to kill him. And you should want to be a man right now, and we're going to go through with this. Are you a man? Then let's be a man. Do you remember when Keller had to read, or I read for her, the Unsex Me Here, where she did not, Lady Macbeth was tired of being a woman. She was tired of people of looking at her, saying, I don't know, looking at her and saying, oh, I'm sorry, you can't because you're female. And she's like, no, I can. I might look like a girl, but I've got the heart and soul of a man, and people need to give me a chance. And if they don't give me a chance, I'm going to go get my chances, and I'm going to make my future what I want it to be. Now, I need to ask you if you did what I asked you to do. Do you want to read what's coming up next, or do you want me to?
No.
Okay, because this gets weird. Now, I want you to wait for me until I get to the next page. She is telling you how heartless and ruthless, and she doesn't care what she kills kind of woman she is. You ready for this? Because it's odd. I have given suck and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face. Oh, no, it's about to get weird. And Hampton, you're center stage here, so I would control yourself. While that baby, that's what I'm talking about, while it was smiling in my face, had plucked my nipple from his boneless gums. Hampton, Sawyer, you're about to miss it. And dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done this. She is saying that while a sweet little baby is eating, she is the type of person, if she had to, she would take that baby by its feet and she'd sling that baby against something hard and dash its brains out. That's how ruthless of a killer she could be if someone allowed her to be. So after calling you, telling you that you're not a real man because you don't follow through, she's like, you need to let me do this because I would kill a baby to be clean. Doesn't that get weird? Dashing a baby's brains out? Who comes up with this stuff?
To be honest, I would do that too.
She's scary. She's scary. It's scary. She's a scary, scary person. Yes, ma'am.
Shakespeare came up with this stuff.
Oh man, I mean he's
dark.
crazy good. All right, Macbeth, your woman is a nut. What do you have to say?
If we should fail.
Oh, that means yes, we're doing it. So what happens if it doesn't go right?
We fail, but screw your courage into the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him to his 2 chamberlains. Will I with wine and wassail to convince that memory and warden of the brain shall be a fume and the receipt of a reason a limbeck only. And when ships sleep, their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and can I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? Would not put upon its spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great will.
Incredibly thick with Shakespeare. She already has a plan. No, here's the deal. Girls, listen up.
Yeah.
If you ever have to talk your partner into something, okay? You need to go ahead and have the plan together of how you want it to go. Yeah? You need to become masterful and skillful into trying to sway them to your way. And it's best to have a plan. She's like, oh no, he's not going to say no to me. He's going to try to say no to me. Nice try. But we're going to have a yes. And even if I hear no, I'm going to really be doing the yes. So here's what we're going to do. Leave it to me. There are going to be 2 guards. And this is knight shining armor days, okay? So I want you to think of visor, armor, all that. 2 guards standing outside of his door. I'm going to get him drunk. I want you to go get the daggers from the 2 guards. I want you to go up to Duncan while he's sleeping. Stabby, stab, 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 stab. I want you to come back out. I want you to make the crime scene.
Like a
Put the
heist.
daggers back. That's when you steal something. Put the daggers back with the guards. Fling some blood splatter on them. Leave. Boom. Guards killed King Duncan.
Oh,
Get compute.
get framed.
Yes, Keller. Say huh? I thought your arm was up. Kylie, she wants the game. You got to go. Caitlin wants to go, and I'm as afraid of her as I am Lady Macbeth. I told her. Okay.
You should be scared of me.
Macbeth, you tried to say no. Your woman just gave you a plan. You're really scared of her, and what you say is absolutely hilarious to me.
Bring forth men, children only, for wise and daunted,
Metal is your strength.
metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood the city too? Of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done.
Wait, this is the reason I find it so funny is because I'm the mother of 3 kids, and everyone was so afraid if I would ever have a girl. You're like, what are you gonna do if you have a girl and she's just like you and your mom? I was like, I don't know. So bring forth. He looks at her like mouth open, like you are a nut and you scare me, but this is awesome. And he tells you, bring forth men, children only. Like you should only really raise boys because you are scary. Yeah?
So girls can be tough?
That's what he's saying. But see, remember, that's why she said what she did the other day, because so many people during that time underestimated females. You know who wrote this as a strong woman, though, in the 1500s and the 1600s? Shakespeare. While there are very few female roles in all of Shakespeare's plays, that is only because of one reason. It had to be played by a young boy. And it had to be played by a young boy meeting certain criteria. First of all, the boy had to be smart enough to act and memorize all this. Memorize it. Then the boy's voice couldn't have changed. And then the boy can't act as a female if he has a beard. You know how hard it would be to find a really good actor to do that? You're looking for someone 10 to 13 years old. That's why there aren't that many females in Shakespeare. But if you take a look at every single female character, bye girl, tell Caitlin I said hey. If you take a look at every single female character in Shakespeare, they are all crazy strong. Like he gives them a little bit of, oh my goodness, they just said that, you know? We're gonna have one in Julius Caesar who wants to prove to her husband how strong she is. She stabs herself in the leg. Like Shakespeare really goes overboard to make sure that his women are strong to the point where they do something super crazy like, hey, I'm gonna dash a baby's brains out speech, or stabbing themselves in a leg in Julius Caesar. So he wants the audience to react to that and always remember like, hey, do you remember that actress that said she stabbed herself in the leg? What was that all about? They're only walking away from a Shakespeare play, though, remembering the women and how strong they are. When I go to do Romeo and Juliet with y'all, you know who's going to super duper get on your nerves? Romeo. You know who's going to take charge and plan everything? Juliet. You see what I'm saying? So while there are very few female roles, they're all strong. But sometimes he makes them crazy strong, but he wants to make them memorable because he was trying to change the way people thought about women back in Elizabethan England, you know? So sometimes in order to change people's minds, you gotta shock them a little bit, like dashing baby's brains out. Her name is Portia, by the way, that's gonna be stabbing herself in the leg when we do that. Okay, Lady M, let's end this act, please. Who dares receive
Oh,
it other?
sorry. Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our leaves and clamor roar upon his death.
Sweet.
I am settled and bend up. Each
Corporal agent, every part of my body.
corporal agent to this terrible feat away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
My father would say that every time I had to go to a party with him, I didn't want to go. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. And if you look over to the side, false faces must hide. Well, it just says the same thing. Sometimes you have to put on a happy face and do something that you don't want to do. Yeah? Don't let them know what you're thinking, basically. I want you to go to that party and don't let them know what you're thinking. Yeah? You make everyone there think that you're so happy to be there and you think everyone's awesome, and then you can tell me what you think about them later. Basically. So we're going to go downstairs and we're going to be a little two-faced. We're going to pretend like we love everyone. We don't think about killing anybody. Everyone's going to have a great time, and then you go get the 2 yards drunk. I'll go kill Duncan. Boom, plan. All planned by a woman, by the way.
That's scary.
Why is that scary?
Oh, I already knew that was scary.
Our evil makes us strong.
I have a sister, so I already knew that you could be scary.
But I've probably
Yeah, we're deeper thinkers,
Honestly,
really.
I'm more scared of my sister.
Y'all more react, we plot, plan.
You react.
My brothers are scared of me and they're 7 years older than me.
All right, look at the next page. Guess what you did? You ended your first act, and that's what we were talking about. We needed an Act 1 test, okay? Now, yesterday, the Act 1 quiz did not seem to go well, where I was quizzing what was or should be in your brain. So, it goes with every Shakespeare play I do. Yes, the 7th and 8th grade will be like, oh, she's going to ask those questions again when we go to do their next to final play, Hamlet. Shakespeare's birth and death date are going to be on it, and there's going to be a blank beside it, and you need to fill it in with April 23rd, 1564, and you need to fill it in with April 23rd, 1616. You do need to know that Shakespeare was born in Stratford. You do need to know, really you should know both of his theaters, but one would be fine. The most famous one is the Globe, but the one that is really still there, that never burnt down and was built around, is the Swan in Stratford. Then you need to know, I didn't ask you yesterday about who was king or queen during Shakespeare's time, but that would be Elizabeth I and King James I. Yeah? What other background things did I ask about Shakespeare? Brain is trying to function now. No, that's getting actually into Macbeth. Born in Stratford, April 23rd. Died in London, actually, April 23rd. His name's William Shakespeare. Wrote Macbeth, Globe, Swan. I think we're good. Then, getting into the play itself, the questions are going to be multiple choice. And oddly, I have a feeling that with the play, it seems like you're into the story. Basically, here's Macbeth up to this part in less than 2 minutes. World famous super general, great citizen of Scotland, loyal, fights against the Norwegians fabulously. He is the hero. On his way back from doing that brutal work for Scotland, he meets 3 witches with his best friend Banquo. Those 3 witches give him 3 prophecies. He's going to be the Thane of Glamis, the Thane of Cawdor, and King of Scotland. They also do give Banquo a prophecy. You will never be king. Oh, even better though, you are going to be the beginning of a very long line of kings, which is very true. Now, Macbeth has heard this, and unfortunately a little bit later for Banquo, he has heard this prophecy as well. And they go, he's still thinking about it, but you're whispering in those asides, if you recall Macbeth so much, because now you've got a secret. You don't want to tell someone that you really want to be king, but you do. The only person that you tell is your woman, Lady Macbeth. And with that letter that you sent to her, my girl has already started plotting. How can we kill him? Oh, he's coming for dinner tonight. Perfect, tonight after dessert. Tea, cake, or death, Duncan? Death, please. Great. Duncan comes to your house. Your house happens to be a castle, which no longer exists, in Inverness, yeah, in the Highlands of Scotland. Duncan, all of his people are there. You tell your wifey, I don't want to kill him. Why don't you want to kill him? He's my cousin. Why don't you want to kill him? He's my king. Why don't you want to kill him? He's awesome. Why don't you want to kill him? I'm afraid of making God mad. Really? We're killing him. Well, how are we going to do it? Okay, I'm going to go get the guards drunk. You're going to go and steal their daggers. Kill, 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 kill. Go out, blood spatter, blood spatter, blood spatter. We didn't do a thing. He's dead.
Please get everybody packed up now.
Alright.
Start packing up.
All of that story then, wasn't that something that you knew? Like, the story is fine. Y'all were getting the basic questions about Shakespeare's background wrong. Okay? And I can go ahead and tell you from the faces right now, that one, and back there with all the handwork, way back there beyond you, Hampton, you're a good boy today, that I am going to start taking away iPads when you're doing something else on them. Because I'm going to run a report right now that tells me what you've been doing. Okay? You're going to lose iPads. You've already lost them for the majority of the day. That's what you were doing right now. So you can lose them more. I've got plenty of Macbeths in there. So I'll run the report, see what y'all were doing.